metaphor, but maybe not. I'm at the bottom of the kebab and everything is unraveling. It's slipping and it's dripping and little bits of the meat that I'm told is beef are falling. The tomato makes me feel squeamish. I'm not sure I know how to eat this anymore. She wrapped the flesh so tight in the paper and the foil, it sparkled like a gypsy wrapping a curious pilgrim in greasy layers of prophecy. This is your future, my dear, though you'll only see if you can eat to the bottom. I mean, we all knew we didn't really want one, but when you get out of the club, there's nowhere else to turn, no one else to turn to, no sweet saint to wrap you in a bosom both restful and maternal, just a bright and lonely kebab shop to wrap you in its promises of doner, chicken or beef. Is this the best that my Friday night has to offer me? Where's my Parisian dream of nightlife small and beautiful? Or am I doomed to this bouncing shit street glide down George Street, the frightened posturing strut through the cross, or the hazy but frenetic sing-along of Newtown? Is this the best my city has to offer me? A leering, grinning wingman dragging me to the strip clubs, a girl who promises blowjobs from beneath so much makeup you can't find the truth, and a recurring blindness that matches the strobe lights. Is this the best that my youth has to offer me? A city that requires me to give up and give in. A companionship that requires me to fuck up and fuck in. A late night dining experience that requires me to pray. I don't know how to eat this anymore. At the beginning of the night, I was so graceful, slick, mofo, agile, an acrobat of sensual attitude. My hands were like Mercedes-Benz because they're rolled with luxury. But now, this thing that I hold is breaking. My Von Dutch hoodie ain't sitting straight, and there are stains on my gear, and I don't know if they match. You feel me? That means this is about to clash. The first bite, the beef was like strength, solid but subtle. Then the onion cut in and sliced me. I'm not sure if my friends saw me cry, but they're looking at me weirdly. The tomato reminded me of flesh. Not the tits and tights I've been unwrapping under the strobe lights, but the red and bleeding mince that's supposed to be forgotten when you wake up. The lettuce crunches with the crisp accusation of a gunshot. It breaks free from the confines of aluminium foil and falls with the deadly grace of cadaver. I try, but I cannot catch it. I cry, but I do not catch it. And I'm wondering at the slipperiness of my fingers, this sauce from a source that I don't know, that's bleeding down my arms like blood, dripping down my arms, that comes from a corpse that I don't know. Who is it that died this night? This time, this moment, this place? Was it the lads who thought their dancing would make the boys, who thought their dancing would make the men, who promised they would make the ladies holler by hook or by crook, by sock or by crotch? Was it the sweet soul of a city that dared to dream a bohemian scene and woke up to find pubs, clubs and automobiles that pumped their smoke into a nightmare? Was it the youth who listened to the whispers of the glittering skyline when it told him he could have it all for the price of some tequila shots and a cab fare, and gleefully promised that the hardest thing he would have to do is not to slip when he tripped up the stairs of that stranger's apartment? Because if he can't pretend, even for just a moment, then the music might stop. Damn it, the music might stop, and she might even go home. Was it the cow, munching placidly but unceasingly, each relentless chew a holocaust of crying, sobbing, screaming, wailing grasses whose flesh now resides in the flesh of this kebab? You know, a sick pastiche parody of cosmic justice where the eater and the eaten are as one, together combined in the juices of this sauce from a source that I don't know and devoured in the mouths of the greater gods. Thank Christ there's a napkin to wipe my fingers clean, you know, wipe away this sauce from a source that I don't know. But they're still slippery, slippery. I can tell I'm not doing this properly. I can tell I am doing this right. There must be some special technique, some special way to unwrap this, where everything makes sense and it doesn't have to fall apart. All my friends seem to understand and know this, even though they smile a little more nervously every time some stranger cries out, "Taxi!" Because if no one knew how to eat a kebab the right way, then the whole goddamn city would come crashing down, collapse on itself. Everything it stands for would be shown to be a lie, would be known to be a lie, spelled out in letters glowing, "It's all just a lie." More letters fall to the pavement. I think I swallowed some alfoil. Dave's busy hooking up with that girl I was making out with in the club. I think her name's Barbie or Barbara, or maybe that's the barbecue sauce on my wrist confusing me. That's what it is. This sauce from a source that now I know. The mystery is unraveled and I see. The eyes of the homeless and the leering grin of the taxi driver melt and merge into the gently smiling face of God, and I ask him, God, The club's kicked us out and the 24-hour bakery is just no good. So I'm at the bottom of a kebab and everything is unraveling. Is this the best that the night has to offer me? Thank you.